LEGO fans, after almost 20 hours of live stream building, this 4,150 piece LEGO Star Wars AT-M6 is finally built. In this video, we're going to take a look at how epic it is. You won't find this set on any LEGO store shelf as it's designed by LEGO extraordinaire Michal Kozlowski. This set is classed as a my own creation, or MOC as it's known to LEGO fans. That pretty much just means that it's not an official LEGO set, but designed by somebody outside of the LEGO design team. Now, Newsbrook refused to appear in this video as it's not an official LEGO set. He muttered something about it being against his official sensibilities or something. So here's some essential info in his absence. As I mentioned earlier, this set has 4,150 parts and is modelled after the AT-M6 walker first seen in the movie Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi. The model name designation AT-M6 stands for All-Terrain Mega Caliper 6 and is sometimes referred to as the Gorilla Walker. It's essentially the bigger, badder version of the All-Terrain Armoured Transport, or AT-AT, first seen in The Empire Strikes Back. Although this set is a little bit large to feature as a speed build video in my typical style, you can go back and have a look at the livestream build series to see how it comes together. There you can experience in real time all the drama of the mismatched pieces, the missing pieces, and all the instructional weirdness. Now, however, let's have a bit of a look at the finished model. Now for the million-dollar question, what was it like to build? The first thing I wanted to talk about with this model is the instructions. In general, they were pretty good, though there are a few things to be aware of if you end up purchasing the instructions and building this model for yourself. First of all, perspective of the parts can sometimes be misleading. The parts list for some of the steps have studs hidden, so it can be confusing as to what's actually required, especially if you don't have a healthy knowledge of the parts that LEGO produce. Some parts can be tricky to get into where they need to go. Part of me thinks that the build order could be improved, while another part thinks that maybe there's not a better way to portray those steps, so I don't know. There was one step that seemed to be duplicated. The parts weren't actually added to the model in the doubled step, so I think that page should have just been omitted. Frequently throughout the build, I felt like I was playing a game of spot the difference, where it wasn't obvious where the parts were to go. Would have been great to have zoomed in on a particular area for more obvious parts placement. And finally, some of the steps involve multiple layers of pieces, with the underneath layer being hidden, so required some educated guesswork. Aside from those minor gripes, the instructions were pretty good, so we did manage to get the model finished after all. Overall, the completed model is very solid. It does move a little when poking it or when opening hatches, but overall very stable. I did find that I needed to be careful where I was picking it up from when I did need to move it, as these structures, here and here, tend to be the default contact points and tend to crumble very easily. Right, time for the play features. Let's start at the front and work our way back. At the front here we have the main control room. It does have seating for 2 minifigs, but a third can be squeezed in behind them as long as they don't have a backpack of any kind. In the side panel areas, there's room for 4 minifigs. In the default build of the chair, the minifigs barely stay on, so the order of the 1x2 tile and the 1x2 plate could possibly be switched around to make the minifigs stick on the chair a little bit better. There's some great detail with the control panels in the centre room too. The main cannon can be angled and can spin to simulate the firing action. Moving down to the legs, the front hip, knee, and ankle joints are all able to be moved. The rear leg hip, knee, and ankle joints can also be moved. This allows the model to be positioned into some great action poses. And at the rear, we have the control room for the main gun. It pretty much just has room for one minifig, but I'm sure you could crowd some in there if you really wanted to. With the design of this model, I can see the great lengths that have been gone to remove studs from view, and any studs showing are left as intentional detail. Even the underbelly has reverse tiles applied to remove the stud cavities. As you can see, this model is quite big. The sense of scale can be appreciated when compared to the first edition AT-80 Walker here. So to sum it all up, I really did enjoy putting this together. It was a lot of fun. In my opinion, this MOC is really designed for display rather than play. However, all the expected play features do exist. And there you have it, the mighty UCS scale AT-M6. If you enjoyed this video, then make sure you subscribe down below and your notifications are on to see when new videos are released. That's all from me, so be awesome and I'll see you next time.